Hello, my YouTube friends, and happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing well. A bit of a crazy couple days. I assume you're aware of what's going on with Israel and Iran. We're going to talk about that so we can prepare for tomorrow's markets and any decisions that we make. Hello, my name is Adam Kahn, and I'm the Rational Investor. I hope you guys are enjoying today. I know it might be a little stressful depending on what's going on in your lives and everything else, but I still hope you're trying to enjoy the day. Move on. We have some friends coming over. I actually, behind me, have some ribs I'm cooking, so I might have to hit pause a few times to check the temperature, make sure it's still going well. Um, so, so today I want to talk about what to expect with tomorrow's market, possibly. Now, before I even get into it, before I even talk about subscribing and liking, understand this is for real, not financial advice, because there's going to be some risks tomorrow. I don't know how the markets are going to react. These are just my opinions. You guys really need to do your own research and make your own decisions on what you want to do and not listen to me, not follow my advice, do what is important for you and your accounts. That being said, before I even start talking about it, do me a favor if you haven't already, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, or reverse it. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, make comments, tell me what you guys think. What should we expect tomorrow? I love the conversations, and as we all know, that helps YouTube's algorithm. And if you're enjoying the discussions, I hope that you share it with others so that they can find it as well. So here's my take on what I see going on. I think that Iran just gave a bit of a warning that they didn't like the way that Israel was behaving in terms of the attack on Syria and some other little skirmishes that have been going on. Because I really think, even though they sent a lot of drones over, on purpose, they sent ones that they knew Israel would be able to block. I think it's kind of what they've said about, hey, enough is enough. They needed to save face for their constituents. That's what I think of them, but the people who live there, and not let Israel pick on them. And at the same time, not go overboard and create a war, because I really don't think that's what they want. If Israel handles it well and doesn't retaliate, and I don't know what the best decision is, so please, this is not my opinion. Well, it is. It's just my thought process on all of it. That it doesn't continue to escalate, but it does give them the green light to go into Gaza and do what they want, because now it's changed things a bit. But I hope that it doesn't antagonize directly with Iran, because I really think on purpose they didn't send over anything too crazy. And they really assumed that Israel would stop it all, but kind of save face with the people who live in Iran. So that being said, with my interpretation on what I'll expect to see in the markets, I have a feeling on the open we should have sold off pretty dramatically. I'm guessing tonight and into the morning we're going to see a nice sell-off. I see it as an opportunity to buy the markets. If this is the extent of what happens and they're able to move on and refocus back on Gaza without it erupting into a huge war. Now, keep in mind, that's why I say you really need to do your own research and make your own decisions, because this is a real delicate situation and it might erupt. It might get much worse, in which case I'll be completely wrong here. But I do see it right now as an opportunity to get into the market. Crypto sold off really badly in the beginning. It seems to be settling down and actually catch itself, and that's kind of what I expect with the stock markets and bond markets and in tomorrow's trading session. I think people are going to be really nervous. They're going to get all that selling action because of it. But I'm hoping that's a good bottom, because there's already been a little bit of nervousness. And even when we closed on Friday and after Wednesday's CPI report and how the markets reacted, it might be good to get a bit of a washout. Now, you have to be careful, because really, if Israel follows up, my thought process is, if I'm Netanyahu and if I'm Israel, I'm one of two directions here. I don't really just tag them back. Maybe they do. Again, these are not my decisions, these are just my thoughts. But if I'm Israel, Either I let it go and I refocus back on Gaza, or I'm going to go in full force. I don't see any point in doing a little retaliation back after Iran has said we see this as the end of it. I think that's what they mean. So if Israel then antagonizes back, well, Iran will then antagonize back. And I don't see any value in small repercussions after this. I think either you attack or you settle down and refocus where your head was originally. If you're Israel and you maintain cool heads, like they've said the IDF will, and refocus on Gaza, you kind of now have the green light from not just the US, but the rest of the region, because now with what Iran did, they'll be distracted and too focused on is Israel going to retaliate against Iran. So if they don't, they can really go in at full force however they want into Gaza and try to finish the job. They didn't seem to come any agreement on the hostages that are still being held. So that's my thought. And then back to what we're discussing with the markets, if that's the case, things will settle down. It'll be this initial scare from what happened yesterday and all the talk in the news today. But if that's the end of it, that's the end of it, and it shouldn't expand into other things. Now, I would expect oil prices to go up. My guess is you'll see the companies like Exxon and Chevron have a very strong day tomorrow, but I'd be cautious about that too, because if it doesn't have a follow through and it's just the initial knee jerk reaction, you know, maybe same the other way on those companies. I wouldn't want to get too aggressive on it. Now, me personally, I try to stay diversified. I still try to limit it to 20 or 30 different stocks. I don't, as you guys know, most of them I just set them and forget them. So none of this will make any difference on any of those, but I try to have some things in energy, some things in tech, some things in things like Starbucks and consumer goods, some in healthcare, and then just have my balance that way. I personally don't like ETFs too much, but that's just me personally. I think if I pick the best companies or the ones that I think are the best, because I don't want to overstate it that way, hopefully they outperform the market instead of having an amalgam of all the companies. So I'm including the ones that maybe I don't think are so great. And then I'll go like, let's talk about the companies I just recently talked about. I did a video on, I think it was yesterday, for UPS, Boeing, and Palo Alto Networks. Well, if the stock market opens up way lower and those are down tomorrow, what's really changed in their world? UPS, I mean, not too much is going to change. They're going to continue shipping packages. They're going to continue along the path they were going. This is just a bit of a distraction in the news and shouldn't impact them as a company too much. I don't know how much business they're doing with shipments to Israel or things of that nature where it's really going to be a huge impact on their company. Boeing actually may have more orders. I mean, if it escalates, I know they're not the main one in terms of dealing with the military, but it's still going to help them in terms of getting more planes sold. And then Palo Alto Networks. Now, Israel is a cyber hub, and I'm sure that it could impact them. But same thing, I don't see these having monstrous things on their earnings and as a company how it would impact them. So that's why initial reaction, if there's a sell off, I see that as a buying opportunity with a big asterisk of have some caution because, this thing really could erupt and get a lot worse very quickly. The Middle East has been a tense, ground and territory forever. I mean, ever since I was a kid, even in the 70s or 80s, this has been very common that they seem to have a lot of difficulty. If it erupts, it brings us into it. It could bring in other countries and it could get really bad. So that's why I say be real careful. But short term, if it doesn't get much worse, maybe it overextends to the downside. Anyway, again, I have friends coming over. I'm going to go check on the ribs, make sure they're doing okay. I'm super excited to go eat and hang out with friends and family and have a nice day. So I hope you guys are doing something to enjoy your day as well. Again, thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you think about the markets. Tell me what you think about the war. What's your opinion on what's going on? And do you see it getting much worse? Have a good day. I hope you have a good day.